The teachings in the book of Cosmogony and Prophecy are absolutely revolutionary for the present day scientists. People from doing research in all kind of scientific establishment, once in a while when we are together and I sort of propound on these theories of cosmogony and prophecy, and they call me a fool. They said that you have no right to speak on the subject because you are not a scientist. So it's all right, I am not a scientist, but I am a scientist in conducting my own life in a very scientific way. My whole life is absolutely scientific, and there are few things that I might be doing once in a while which are not scientific. So the most revolutionary thing said over here in this part of cosmogony and prophecy is that light does not come to us from the sun, but it is manufactured on the earth by a mechanism where which OSP says is that there are some needles of atmospheric particles in solution in etheria in the earth's atmosphere, and they orient themselves toward the sun, resulting in light at the face of the earth facing the sun. So in presence of sun, earth manufactures its own light. Heat also does not come from the sun, but it is the liberation of the earth vortexia at the face of the earth towards the sun. The vortex of the sun and the earth form two concave lenses which help generate light as well as heat on the earth. Now, this is absolutely revolutionary. There are a lot of pictures given in OSP to explain this, and once it is understood and acknowledged, then things become so very easy. When I say that light does not come from the sun, I am able to look directly into the sun. Not only me, I have known of a couple of other people also who can do that. Any time of the day when the sun is out, I am able to look into it. Because I know because of OSP that light does not come from the sun. So the looking directly into the sun, my eyes have gotten acclimatized to the bright light of the sun, and even in very strong light I am able to drive my two-wheeler as well as my four-wheeler, and my eyesight is almost perfect. And I do this on regular basis, say 2 or 3 minutes every morning. All our medical people will say you can never do it, but the very fact that I am able to do it, and there are a lot of other people who are also able to do it, is just a matter of practice. So when I have to tell somebody that light does not come from the sun, I go out to the window and look into the sun and make this person look at me, and people do get surprised by looking at it that, oh, nothing wrong is happening to your eyesight. I said, yeah, if you also start doing the same thing, your eyesight also will become stronger. I don't have to wear sunglasses anytime. I have worn it as a sort of a fashion statement years ago, but for last 15-20 years I have not even found it necessary, because I can bear the heat, bear the sunlight, and it is enjoyable for me. There are abundant reports that when a comet or such other heavenly body enters the Earth's vortex or is very close to the Earth's vortex, it suddenly accelerates due to the power of the vortex of the Earth if they are traveling in the same direction. And as if it is fired from a sling and travels at an extra pace and exits from the vortex of the Earth. So the speed of the vortex of Earth has the effect of accelerating the other heavenly body. Now, if that heavenly body is traveling at a different direction from the Earth's vortex, then it is possible that it can fall down on the Earth. It will be attracted towards the Earth because of the power of the vortex. If this explanation of the vortex, both for the heavenly body as well as the Earth, is not available, what is it that prevented the heavenly body from not crashing onto the Earth, considering the power of gravitation that the Earth was supposed to have affected the comet which was moving and which was a small heavenly body? So it is the power of the vortex that carries that heavenly body on its own course. We hear of Halley's Comet and such other names of other scientists who have discovered these comets. The comets have their own vortexes as well as their own designed path on which they have to keep on traveling. The power of each individual vortex keeps it within safe distance from any other heavenly body, and for this reason they do not crash on the Earth or any other planet unless it was designed to do that. Comets are known to travel large distances and are known to return after 60, 70, 80 years, for example, of Halley Comet. During year 2016, a heavenly body crashed in Russia without any warning to our space and research station or any other astronomers as to the entry of the body into our atmosphere and crashing in somewhere in Russia. No explanations were offered by our scholars and scientists. These passing heavenly bodies always travel in the same direction as the rotation and revolution of the Earth, and never against it, generally from east to west, and in synchronization with the vortexes which are all from east to west in clockwise direction and never counterclockwise direction. Towards conclusion of this particular talk on cosmogony and prophecy, it is 8 o'clock at my home in Mumbai, and my kitchen faces the east, and I always get to see the sun in the morning. A lot of my people worship the sun and do all kind of offering, and my offering to the sun as well as the Creator is that I sit every morning looking into the sun, and when I am looking into the sun, there is no other thought that comes to my mind. My mind goes absolutely blank. I don't think about anything, and it's such a beautiful state of total mental refresh. So, in conclusion of this particular talk, I'm sitting in front of the and looking directly into the sun, as you can all realize from this particular part of the talk. I can do this for looking into the sun for hours together without my eyes or getting tired or having a headache or anything like that. People tell me that like how a magnifying lens can burn a wooden stick or even a metal strip, but this direct sunlight coming into my eyes has not done any damage to me. I've been doing it for over 10-15 years now, and uh, I can bear any kind of strong light anywhere and still not be bothered about it. This brings me to an end onto this video, and now I will proceed on to the next one. Thank you.